Hello and welcome. I'm Ig,
And I'm Dan.
and we've gathered to talk about Game of Thrones Episode 3, specifically checking in on our predictions of who lives and who dies.
Ba-ba-ba-bum.
So, in your final graphic, you had for me Gendry dying, maybe gonna die, but I was like, is that what I had in my document? Because I feel like it's maybe gonna live, and I actually changed it on the screen. I don't know if you watched the video that I put up.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of
Yeah.
added my own live.
I mean, the document, or not your document, my graphic, I made some mistakes.
There was a typo in
Namely
there.
in the coloring. There's some typos, there's some coloring issues.
So right off the bat, going from the list, the order of our discussion, Arya. She's alive.
She is alive. She had a close call in there, like with her head wound. She actually,
Yes.
unlike so many people in TV shows and movies, like suffered from her head wound
Yes.
and kind of went back to being a normal person instead of crazy, insane assassin.
Yeah, she
So
got
that
her
was
bell
cool.
run.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I did not like that she got hurt, but I liked that it affected her.
In that big final moment when she got grabbed, I thought, damn it, I hate being so right all the time.
Yep.
Because I thought that was it. And that felt
Yep.
so Game of Thrones. How many times has it been, you think victory's in hand, and then you just get your head crushed in by the mountain? You know what I mean? It felt like that kind of moment. But anyway, we're not going to linger on that because that's not what... Tune in
'Cause
later
she
this
didn't
week
die.
for that video. We both said maybe gonna die, and we were both very, very wrong. And right next to her, Gendry, which you have living for one solid
1 point.
point. And I get a nice 0.5 because I said maybe gonna live. I should have committed. I went halfway.
Yes.
No more half measures. So he could potentially be Lord Baratheon coming up. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I will say, just looking at this first page also, and thinking about Gendry and some other people, I was fairly optimistic in terms of who I thought was going to live and who I thought was going to die. And it actually kind of worked out. Like, fewer people of note died than I thought would.
Yes, and
Overall.
a lot of fans are salty about that. That gets into the comment I made about how there's some bloodthirsty fans out there.
Yeah.
I will give those people 1 point in terms of there were multiple times where characters were getting swarmed, or you thought this is it for those people, and then someone came in to help them out and they were okay and the show went on. That happened a little too many times. You start feeling like
Oh, I fell over! Oh, I fell over again!
when you have too many saves, too many close calls, it starts to wear down a
The-
little bit. God, I want to get into general talk so bad.
Save it!
Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan.
All right.
Well, next is a big one, Lyanna.
Or a small one, depending on how you...
What is the five fingers say to the face?
What? We had a disagreement about this. You said that she was safe. I said, for your logic of why she was safe, that she is completely dead. And guess what?
You were correct.
She is super dead. Not only is she
Well, she was alive briefly after she died, I will say.
undead, not
as an
necessarily
undead,
alive,
yeah.
undead. Not only dead, maybe the worst death of the entire episode
Yeah, not great.
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
in terms of memory.
She's got spunk.
And yeah, it's like good for you. A for effort. Not even A for effort. She got the job done. What are we saying? But memorable for sure. She went out with a bang, but that was so brutal. It was brutal,
Yeah.
brutal. Ghost, you said alive. Oh wait, hang on. I gotta go to my.
Well,
score.
this is like Schrodinger's ghost, right?
Well, hey, I said. Wait, Gendry, I got my 1 point. Oh, Lyanna, there we go. 1 point. No point for you. So I'm ahead. 1.5 to 1. All right.
All right. Now, I will say technically, my Arya says probably not gonna die, which is, I feel like that's a...
Oh wait,
0.5.
I thought you said I wrote down probably gonna die. What did you have?
If you refer to the chart.
Well, did you have the text in red?
I did have the text in red. That was one of
that's
my
why.
mistakes.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So I think we're even at this point.
I think even the conversation's wrong because I think I said we both got that wrong. So, half point to you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So I think we're
Oh,
even.
so we're tied. Damn it. All right.
Haha.
I thought I had
And we
you with
will-
Liana.
No, we will continue to be tied for Ghost. Schrodinger's direwolf. Could
Yes.
be alive, could be dead. Just gonna say, Ghost must be so angry at John. He's like, oh, you got a dragon now. You don't care about me. You're gonna send me to go die with
Right.
all the Dothraki. Like, come on.
I want to give this point to me
Mark at 8, dude.
because I think he's got to be dead.
But they would.
Excuse me. Mark at 0, next frame.
People are so annoyed at them not showing him. They would have to give him at least a death scene, right?
I mean, all of the direwolf deaths have been off screen.
That's true, I guess.
Mark at 8, dude.
Smokey, this is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules.
I mean, I feel confident. I
Yeah.
mean, not that I'm
I don't
a
think
partial
you can
judge here.
deliver the point. I would not be surprised if you are correct. I do not think you can yet claim the point.
Give me the marker, dude. I'm marking an 8.
Smokey, my friend, you're entering a world of pain.
I want to claim the point, and then I'm ready next week to
Coming at 420.
yes. I am totally ready and willing to give up the point and correct it.
Okay.
Has the whole world gone crazy?
Ghost, why the ambiguity? I mean, he's got to be. How is he going to survive? He was in there in the middle of the charge, went into the army of the dead.
Jorah survived.
But he retreated.
And-
We saw him again.
Yeah, maybe Ghost like ran off into the, he lives in the wilderness.
He was
with the
like, "I
cold.
think you guys got this one."
You're fine. He went to go find John and be like, come on, John, what the hell?
All right, I'll hold off from the point. I'm just
Okay.
gonna write it off to the side that I
next,
probably have a point.
We have a sad
Oh yeah,
sad mistake for both of us.
yeah. But
Dolorous Ed.
although if we want to give ourselves a pat on the back, he wins the award for our prediction that there's going to be that false celebration,
Yep.
that false victory moment, and then dead. When that happened, when they lingered on him just a second too long, I was like, no, I don't want it to be Ed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely, I was sad, but I was also a little bit happy. I was like, I knew they were going to do it.
Right. We let our emotions get the best of us, and we picked him to live. And then next, the exact opposite. Well,
Right.
the
Well, yeah, so
combination of
again,
what
this
we
is my
were.
coloration issue, but I believe this means we were assuming he was going to die, right?
I was going the other way, that we're assuming he's going to live.
Oh, were we? Okay.
Yeah. We're saying, that's why I'm saying it's like the opposite or the inverse of Ed, where it's like we completely gave in to our emotion. That was my interpretation of how we wrote
Okay,
it down.
I'll take it. I honestly, it's all a blur, my predictions. So
I mean, it's a point for both of us, so I feel impartial. Not only going to live, but we want him to live.
yes.
And then the one that we both felt pretty confident on, well, you certainly did.
Yes, yours should be red as well. Again, coloration issue.
We both
Yeah,
thought Jamie was going to die.
But he has survived and seems hale and hearty. Well, sort of. Unlikely with one hand against 1,000 million dead people, but hey, you
Yeah.
know, whatever works. He's got Brienne looking after him.
Again, trying to avoid, well, let's just talk about who lives and who dies. Good for them that it was the Dothraki that took the brunt of that undead zombie wave.
Yes.
It's like you saw that, but the did I say Dothraki? Yeah, I meant Unsullied taking
Oh, yes.
the brunt of that. Where our other heroes are off to the side and seem to have like the regular rank and file in a line, not that horrific wave formation. Jamie is alive. I guess I'll pat myself on the back for saying it would make sense for him to live in terms of that
Right.
future conflict, but still, in the end, I marked down dead, and therefore I do not get a point. Brienne, there we go. We both
100% correct on both of us.
boom points. I was a little worried when she went down right away. I was like, ooh, not right out of the gate, surely.
Our next person, I was also a little worried. Tyrion.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little worried when he started being sort of friends with Sansa.
What a terrifying thought.
I was like, oh no, this is a lead up for him sacrificing himself. But no, he is alive and again well.
Alive and well. That was one that I was confident on.
My favorite person, Davos Seaworth. We both assumed he would be dead.
We both thought he was gonna die.
Yep. And he didn't really do much of anything that was useful, unfortunately for him. But as a result, he was alive.
Yeah, he just made eyes.
I don't really know how he survived now that I think about it.
Yeah, he.
Like, where was he? Was in the courtyard with everyone else, but we never saw him fighting. He's just like
The last time I remember seeing him in the battle was when Arya was doing her badass thing, and he just stands there at the end, kind of being like, "Whoa."
yeah. Maybe he was like secretly following Arya around, being like, "Well, she's cleared this area, so I can stand here for a while." Yep, Podrick Payne, we already mentioned him a little bit. He lives. He seemed pretty beaten up about it, but he is alive, surprisingly.
Yeah,
Or not surprisingly for us, I guess, because we said he was going to live, but, you know.
Yeah, he looks a little worse for wear, so I hope he has a speedy recovery, that whatever wounds he has are not life-threatening.
Best wishes to Pod. Get well soon. Then we have Grey Worm. This was probably one of the more surprising
Yes.
that we've talked about so far,
Yes.
in that he is still alive.
So again, with fans talking about how disappointed they are that more people aren't dying, I mean, this is a genuine shock to me, the fact that this guy survived.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, like, yes, in theory, we both thought Jaime was going to die. But, like, this was more surprising to me.
I mean, like I said, the front line of that horrific wave, but when there
Though
was
he hung back.
well, no, when
he
the
was
wave first
behind-
hits, he's in the front.
I guess when it first hits, but then he's sort of, like, behind the fire.
Yes.
Waiting
And
to
the
cut them
the
off.
moment with the fire in particular, I thought he was going to, because he was standing there looking around, seeing men with torches go down, and he was seeing the arrows not do it. I thought he was going to grab a couple of torches and like dive in, like suicide himself. I thought it was going to
Do
be like a
we have-
reverse Helm's
Oh.
Deep, you know, when that Urukai runs into suicide bomb and blow up.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like that.
So I think now is the time to talk about someone who is not on our list, Melisandre,
Melisandre,
who did die. However, there is no reason for her to die. What she should have done is immolated herself to set the trench on fire and then died in that way. But
well, she still
I
had
didn't
some-
understand why she died the way she died.
Well, we can get into that in the
But
general.
that's a separate discussion. But
Yes.
that was someone, no one gets any points because we didn't talk about him.
Correct.
About her, rather.
Correct.
But just
And
thinking about people setting stuff on fire.
Missandei, we both had maybe because it was going off the Grey Worm thing.
I think I cannot get a point for this.
No,
You
No-
can.
no
or
points.
you can get your half point. I cannot get my half point.
no. I thought like if we were just saying maybe, just a blank maybe.
Oh, maybe is not right. Maybe is none. Probably is. the
yeah.
half
If
point.
you like lean, not just probably, but if you lean in a direction
Yeah.
of alive or dead, then you get a half point.
Yeah.
So,
Next
yeah.
up, we have that comes into play for our next person.
Okay, and this Jorah, did you have on mind that he lives? I have maybe.
You said maybe.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened because I was like, he's dead. I don't-
Okay.
In our conversation last week, the moment that clinched it was when you were talking about Daenerys going off the rails, that Jorah would be kind of the voice of reason. And that's why I thought, oh, well, then he did. What a death.
Yeah, he got the best one by far of everyone.
Well, I mean, again, Lyanna.
I would.
R.I.P. Lyanna.
I
but
would say the Jorah death is
He
is better than the Theon death, better than the Lyanna death, definitely better than Beric death.
he got the recalling Ned Stark. He got the Boromir death. That great sacrifice.
Yeah. Like you say for calling Ned Stark and not specifically Sean Bean, just Ned Stark.
I'm tying it all in.
Ned Stark is Boromir.
Ned Stark is 006.
Back from the dead.
Early on, early days, Jorah was one of my favorite characters, and I loved the work that actor was bringing to the show. And so can't think of a better way to send off that character.
Yeah. And it was nice. This is a general comment, I guess, which I'm not supposed to say, but I really appreciated that he was not just defending Daenerys, he was fighting with Daenerys, like Daenerys was fighting as well. I thought that was a very good part of that scene.
Yeah. Save that for the general, Dan. I was like, that's the first time we've seen her pick up a sword or anything like that, right? Like she slapped Viserys with some jewelry once, but...
Another point slightly about death. How does Dragonglass work? Is it like you can stab them anywhere with it and they'll die?
I was
or does
wondering
it
the
have
same
to be-
thing. Okay, yeah, this is something I was going to say. Not just Dragon
Okay,
Glass,
if it's
but
going to
also
be
the,
a thing, maybe we should wait till tomorrow. But
Okay, but also with the Valyrian steel. Like,
yes,
can you just do a pinprick?
because that would make it easier to fight for Daenerys, who has never, sworded before, to hold her own.
Oh yeah, it's not like she got a killer blow every single time.
Yeah.
But then the question becomes like how. Yeah, we'll get into that
Okay,
next time.
we'll discuss that later.
Tune in next time for the in-depth
And-
discussion of Dragonglass and Valyrian steel. House Mormont is dead.
Yeah, that's rough.
There was a moment in last week where Jorah told Lyanna, "You are the future of our house." It's like, well, Jorah could still make kids potentially.
Well,
but
is he I guess he's back to being a more... Because wasn't he disowned or whatever?
he fled, and so he's kind of exiled himself. The idea was if he went back to Westeros, he would be beheaded because Ned Stark found him guilty. Blah blah blah.
Right.
But maybe Sam gets his sword back now.
That's true.
Speaking of,
Yeah, alive and somewhat well. I don't know how well, honestly, but
yeah, hopefully psychologically he does okay. I think he'll
he'll be okay.
he'll weather that emotional storm.
One of the crypt people, the crypt keepers, if you will, Varys.
Oh wait, no, I gotta give us both a point
Oh yeah, both going for Sam.
because this is important because now you got the point for Varys.
Yes.
I did not.
Now, I guess I will not pry too much into this, but is the reason you thought he was going to die because of one of those like theories that you and or the internet have?
Oh,
Was like a theory. I don't know what it was.
no, I'm pretty confident that Varys theory I was referring to was book only.
Oh, okay, got it.
No, I thought he was gonna die because Melisandre said he was gonna die. I figured that would be the perfect time for him to die. But I guess I'll die
Well,
later.
they've been ignoring a lot of the prophecy things, as we'll discuss later.
But now we both have a point for Lord Beric Dondarrion, the
Yes.
Lightning Lord. Yeah, I was a little bummed when he finally died. Melisandre was right there, and she was like, "He's done now." And it's like, well, you can flip the on switch again, lady. You've been doing all this other magical stuff. Like, it's like I get it. He needed to die, but You're right
there's
there,
stuff.
lady.
There's a discussion about Melisandre that I want to have that I can't have here.
oh,
We have to wait until next one.
Ooh, that's a good tease. Tune in
Um,
next week, people. Well, not next week, but next episode.
next couple of days.
But someone's got things to say about Melisandre. I apologize. On his death, I will say, though, for being the resurrected man, the most
Christ
resurrected,
figure?
yes,
Yeah.
the Christ imagery. Maybe a little on the nose, but I don't know. I liked it. It was a nice.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
He's sacrificing himself, and he's in the cruciform pose. And the one that everybody knew, because there could be no doubt, because there is no doubt, the Hound, Sandor Clegane, because he must survive for Clegane Bowl.
Yes. Thankfully. He had some good moments in this episode that I won't talk about because he didn't die. But he did have good moments.
But looping back in with Beric, there's that moment where he just grabs Arya because she wants to help Beric, and he's like, "Nope, gots to go."
Yep. He knows what to do and he knows how to survive. And survive he did.
Yeah, he froze up for one moment, but he didn't completely fall apart like he did in the Blackwater. Beric was able to snap him out of it, have him rally too, using Arya, fighting the good fight. But let's not get into it too much.
Yep.
That's the next episode.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Sansa Stark
Sansa
survives the crypt full of dead people.
I will say, though, did you think that shot of her and Tyrion that they were going to, like, suicide each other?
I didn't think they were going to suicide. I briefly thought they were going to do one of those, like, slow motion they both run at the enemy kind of things. But neither of those things happened.
And then we have
Jon Snow.
the rightful king,
Aegon Targaryen.
Of course he lived. I mean,
Yeah, no question about that one.
I feel bad about saying that about this show, especially since that's the complaint that a lot of fans are having right now. But
Protagonist armor or whatever what is it? It's not that. What is it called?
plot armor.
Plot
is-
armor. Thank you.
Yeah, is the phrase that gets thrown around a lot.
Next on our list, Daenerys Targaryen, Aunt Extraordinaire.
Aunt, lover, aunt. Yeah, I mean
She's
we were
alive.
both confident on the. Let me mark it. We were both confident on both of those, but there was a couple of times it got a little hairy. And you know what? We didn't put down the dragons. We should have put down the dragons.
We should have put down the dragon. Oh, that's another one I'm not sure about. Is her dragon fine? Is Drogon okay?
Drogon, I'm pretty sure, is okay. Rhaegal is alive. You see him in the next Dawn.
Yes.
So
Wait,
if you're-
which one got swarmed by?
Drogon got swarmed by whites, but I mean, they're
Okay.
just stabbing at him with stuff.
I can't tell them apart. I'm
He's gonna be
racist
okay.
against dragons.
They literally have different colors, man.
Not
I
when
guess
it's pitch black.
Yeah,
Darkness, everybody,
Daenerys is
darkness!
right. But Daenerys is right.
I know, but at the end I wasn't sure. Anyway,
Well, nerd alert. Once a writer has bonded and is writing a dragon, then while that person lives, only that person can ride that dragon. I was confident they were all going to die.
yeah. Well, you had your end of magic theory, which I liked, and I feel like they almost did. And
They
again, I'll bring in
almost
my
did.
Melisandre thing into that later. But
Right, we'll get into that with our next person on our list. But yeah, if you're one of those people that watch the next Dawn, you see the dragons, they're flying. I'm confident that Drogon is okay. Rhaegal took some damage from the undead Viserion from the Ice Dragon.
yeah, it's true.
So he's alive. You see him
But
flying.
see, to me, the damage that Drogon took seemed much worse than the damage that Rhaegal took. And then he kind of crash landed. But I don't know, Drogon did not seem to be doing well when he was like trying to fly away with all the people. But anyway,
And then he comes back and he's
comes
mourning
back.
with Daenerys. I think he's fine. Rhaegal,
Yeah.
I'm worried about. But next, and this is why I thought it was going to happen, and you did too, Bran. I thought the Night King had him, certainly before Arya showed up, even after Arya showed up. But no, she was successful. But either way, I thought Bran was dead, and then they would kill the Night King right after, and we'd get back on track with my death of magic theory. So now I don't know.
Bran
Again,
is the worst. That's just all I have to say. One left, so we got
One left. Theon, we get those points.
Yes,
He did.
he's dead. He had a good pre-death. I didn't love his death.
Yeah, I'm in between there. Yes, good pre-death. Did not like his mortal wound, and then his final gasps for life.
Because
We're
he
great.
had final gas for life, I actually thought that maybe it was going to end up he was going to turn around and like lurch over and kill the Night King.
I thought he was gonna do something. Yeah,
But
like
nope, he just died.
stab him in the ankle with a dragon glass. But that gets into the question of
Right.
tune in next
so
time.
so many dragon glass questions. That's the real theme of this. Because we talked about it in the first episode too. We were like, can you cast dragon glass?
No, both Theon and Lyanna, unfortunately, their charges, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm a horrible human. Maybe I am, but I kind of chuckled. I don't know. There was just something awkward about it.
Yeah, well, it was also like, yeah, they were just like, there's no reason for me to do this because I know it's not going to work. But to be fair, Lyanna's worked. But
Yes, that is true.
even so. Like, what was she going to do if he didn't pick her up?
Stab him in the shin and maybe kill. I don't know. Does
Yeah.
that kill? Dragon
Cut
glass.
the-
We have questions. My qualm is just in the execution, just the shot, the way it looked, the frame, like just something about it, just made me kind of chuckle. I don't know what the solution to that is, so by no means I'm trying to say like I could do it better or something, but the emotion behind Theon charging in versus Lyanna, I like a lot better with
Yes.
Theon, because he has that nice moment with Bran. And it's kind of that acknowledgement that he's dead. And it kind of goes along to what Beric said in Beyond the Wall, that
So what are you fighting for?
Life. Death is the enemy. The first enemy and the last.
But we all die.
The enemy always wins. And we still need to fight him. That's all I know.
Yeah.
and that was kind of encapsulated in Theon. And if I'm not mistaken, apart from Arya, who delivered the killer blow, he is the first one to challenge the Night King face to face.
Yeah, he got closer than Jon ever did.
Right.
Um,
He's the first one to kind of raise up arms against the Night King. Be like, let's throw down. Let's
the
do
first of two. And
Well,
that's
again,
it.
like you could argue Arya's coming at him from the back. She's doing the assassin thing.
Yeah.
Theon is like,
So let's go.
that's why I say the word challenge. He's like the only character to challenge the Night King in combat. Obviously, it wasn't going to work out. But he
Is it
knew
going to
that.
be like, is there going to be secret prophecy like Macbeth? It's like no man born of woman or whatever, and it's like, Caesarean section. It's like no man can ever challenge him because he doesn't have a dick.
Here. Well, you have that Lord of the Rings, the
I am no man.
Good old
and
AOA.
stabs him in the face. It's literally, there's nothing special about her sword. It's just she does not have the Y chromosome and therefore is the weakness to the Witch King.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, I think that's it.
Yeah.
You have 15 points,
All right, that seems respectable. Out of
and I have 14.5. However, that is
you
not
may
counting
get an
Ghost.
extra point.
I'm pretty sure I have 15.5.
All right,
And
so
then
it's all
I'm-
up to Ghost. Ghost will win or lose this game for you.
He's dead. I mean, if he's alive, if Ghost is alive, he's an asshole, right? It's either he's dead or an asshole.
I don't think he's an asshole. I think he just appreciates that everyone else is assholes to Ghost. And he's like, fuck you guys, I'm going to go live in the mountains.
Everyone's asking, where's Ghost? No one is asking, how is Ghost?
Find out whether Ghost takes the game for egg or,
Yeah, the 2.5
is
for 15.
yeah, there we go.
So, he's got to be dead. He's dead or he's an asshole. He's got to be dead.
I'm pro Ghost.
Hey, I loved Ghost. I wanted to see him as much as anyone. But honestly, I kind of, as a fan, felt a little insulted by the show. It's like for how much dragon action there is, and they complain about how expensive it is to have Ghost on screen. And
Yeah.
we had that one, like, we had a couple of frames of him last week. And in this, we get him standing next to Jorah and then charging in with the cavalry. And
He
that's
doesn't even get to,
it.
we don't even get to see him bite anyone or fight.
Right.
Yeah.
My biggest qualm going into this episode, going off the history of the show, was saying I want to see a direwolf in a full battle.
Well, the good news is you still will when he fights at King's Landing.
He's dead.
And that's it for our Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells This Story for this most recent episode of Game of Thrones. Stay tuned and subscribe for our deep dive into this incredible episode, an hour and 20 minutes of battle and more.